everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. Like a speak and spell.
First and last.
First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me I have Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
Sup, dogs?
Nothing much, pasta dude. So we got a podcast that we do. It's called First and Last. Joe, what is it about?
Usually we just take a TV show and watch only the first and only the last episode.
The only true way to watch TV.
Yeah, because we don't got time to watch the whole thing. So we just watch the beginning and end and make up whatever happened in between.
It really shows and breaks down a show's weakness and proves whether or not it's good or not.
Yeah, you watch the first episode and see if you would want to watch more of it after that. Then you watch the last one and see if you feel like it tied up things well based on what you'd seen in only the first episode.
Right, yeah. Exactly. You picked a show this week, didn't you?
I did.
Which one did you
I picked specifically a streaming-only episode. It's the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
This is a Netflix original?
This is a Netflix original, which feels a lot like a typical like NBC comedy, except that, you know, just built for streaming. So when they dump these episodes, they dump an entire season at a time.
Okay. I might have seen an episode of the show, but I don't know if it was the first or the last or anything like that, or the middle. It's starring the girl who plays Erin from The Office, right?
Yes, Ellie Kemper.
Okay.
And written by Tina Fey.
Oh, so
yeah. Hell yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be good then.
Yeah, so it has a very 30 Rock kind of feel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Written and created by.
I kind of think I know what the premise of this is. Jimmy, do you know anything about the show? Or
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of sporadic episodes. I'm positive my wife has watched this through a couple of times.
Oh, really?
Big fan. She's a big fan. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen the first season and then fell off for whatever reason. I just never caught back on. But
did
I
that thing that I
good.
do? You just stop watching TV?
Yeah,
apparently.
By the time the next season came on, I was watching something else. So, but yeah, 4 seasons on Netflix.
It's also, the other creator is Robert Carlock, who was a producer of 30 Rock, producer of Friends, producer of the Tina Fey Whiskey Tango Foxtrot movie. He was a writer on SNL. So him and Tina must go way back, I'm assuming.
Have some writer cred together?
Yeah.
Some sort? So like
Titus. Titus is so good.
Just from what I know about it, it's like she's like in a bomb shelter or something, and then she gets out into modern day or something like that. Is that my fault? Am I what I think?
That's
is
pretty
happening?
much
like
it.
abducted with some other gals.
Yeah, she's abducted in
up.
some sort of cult, and then like essentially grew up in the bomb shelter, and now she's out as an adult. But
Is it only her? Or is there other people that are like her that like got out and don't know what's going on either?
there's other people, but they're not really main characters.
They're not followed, yeah.
Okay.
And Jane Krakowski, is that her name? From 30 Rock?
Sounds like
is also a big character.
Oh, cool. I like her. She's
Yeah,
funny.
she's hilarious.
She's super funny.
She plays like literally the same character, only she's not an actress.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. This show sounds fun.
It's
so
very
fun.
fun.
Is it set
So
in
she's
like
just trying
modern
to-
day then?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
in
and she's
present
just
day.
trying to like figure out the world, you know.
She is playing a very Erin from The Office type of character again. Like,
yeah,
she's kind of dumb, but like the dumbness is like represented by like she was living in a bomb shelter for
Right, yeah.
decades,
Right.
so it makes
Right.
sense.
How is it Pleasantville? No, there's a Brendan Fraser movie that he is in like a bomb shelter.
Blast from the Past.
There you go.
Monkey Bone.
Encino Man, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Okay, so there's multiple.
Mummy.
There's multiple Brendan Fraser
Naming
movies.
every Brendan-
Crash.
Wait, he was in that?
Yeah, he's like in the beginning with Speed Girl.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
That's excellent film.
Brendan Fraser was also the brother of. Is he Dr. Cox's brother in Scrubs?
Oh, he's in
Yeah.
Scrubs.
Or is he
Yeah.
Jordan, Dr. Cox's wife's brother?
I don't know.
remember him in
I
Scrubs.
get the like brothers who are, because like there's like JD's brother has like a few episodes, and I get them all confused.
Okay.
The guy the guy who's JD's brother is the guy who's in Flash. The Flash.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. One of the bad guys.
He's one of the Flashes.
No, he's Wells.
Oh,
Harrison Wells.
He was a bad
JD's brother.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying.
Is the bad guy in the Flash like
CW's Flash.
really slow or something?
Hey, he's Reverse Flash.
He's
just
reverse,
also fast.
He's Reverse Flash, but he also just has the same powers as the Flash. But
Oh.
but don't worry, he's reverse of him.
Every big bad in the Flash is just another guy who can run fast.
Yeah. But
It
don't
doesn't
worry.
sound like it would be a good show, but it is.
Yeah, but don't worry. Eventually, the Flash can run faster than them, and then somehow that defeats them.
No, they outsmart them because they're a team.
But they also run faster. Almost every time. I just can't get over the fact that I think I'm just gonna watch Blast from the Past starring Aaron from The Office
Instead of watching this show afterwards.
I mean, what's happening in this first episode? She's we maybe get a quick hint of how she got in there. Quick, like the door shuts or something like that, and
Something
then
like
like a clock goes ring, and then like it's either like the door to the fallout shelter or whatever they're in, because that's the only part I really know. She's in a fallout shelter and she gets out. So she gets out because either like an automatic timer goes off and the door just opens, or like some people like a police open it up or something like that. Like she gets saved by firemen.
Yeah.
And then she goes and lives with a family, even though she's an adult. That's what
like a family in the burbs or something.
Yeah, like she gets like adopted in like some weird sitcom-y way by a Burbian.
Just becomes Family Matters after that.
Yeah, there you go. So
she's Urkel in this scenario.
That's what I got for the first episode. You've both seen this first episode?
Don't know if I've seen the first, but I've seen enough of it to know like where she ends up.
to know everything that I said was wrong.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I did read a fun thing about this. The show was originally pitched to NBC and was like pretty deep along like the production line at
totally
NBC.
See that.
Such that it was gonna air like as like a mid-season replacement, but then they like dropped it last minute, and then it got picked up by Netflix. So like a good chunk of these first episodes were originally edited for like NBC network television, 22 minutes, like commercial breaks and stuff like that.
So they have very obvious commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Which actually be kind of interesting, because when you watch a show on streaming that was like picked up and went to streaming after living its life, you can tell where the like commercial cuts are,
where the fade to black is.
But then when shows that are streaming shows, there aren't like those weird
obvious breaks. Yes.
Yeah. So
right,
keep your eyes peeled for breaks.
Yeah, we'll see.
That makes so much sense. I mean, it to me, watching it, and I'm sure we'll talk about this after we watch it, the pilot, but it flows just like 30 Rock, basically.
Yeah,
like any network.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do this.
Let's do it. What's the pilot called? Kimmy goes outside.
Kimmy shits her pants in the future. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, it's called Kimmy Goes Outside. Did you just know that?
1 point.
Did you just know that? It's crazy.
Well, aren't they Kimmy does?
Yeah, they're all Kimmy does something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like Friends. It's like the one about, but it's Kimmy Goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
nailed it.
We'll see you guys after the pilot or first episode of Kimmy Schmidt's Miraculous. What's this show called?
Unbreakable.
The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt
theme song.
We will see you after that. And we're back.
And we back
from the first episode of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable.
I think I might have said shit on accident.
Leave that.
Censor it, yeah.
Kimmy, meep.
Gonna get that explicit label from Spotify.
I give us that label already. I just put it on.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
You're slapping on yourself.
I didn't know that we had that option.
You know, I'm the one that's putting explicit on our things, not other
That's
people.
fair.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't even. It's not like It's like if
just
one episode's
assume.
explicit and for some reason we aren't explicit in another one, I just like. Let's get this whole thing is for adults, you know.
Plus, it makes us seem edgy.
Yeah, we're edgy.
Oh man, aren't we cool?
Twisted.
So, okay, so episode 1 of Kimmy Schmidt, not called Pilot, Josh, called Kimmy Goes Outside.
Well, it was already picked up for a season, obviously.
Is right. If you're on Netflix, okay. Kimmy Schmidt is rescued from an underground bunker after being forced into a doomsday cult 15 years earlier. After an interview on the Today Show with the other residents of the bunker, she decides to stay in New York and start her life over.
That it?
That's the end of that. But then
Okay.
she moves in with a lovable
That was like the first 5 minutes of the
roommate,
episode.
Titus, and Andromedon, right?
Something like that.
And meets their landlord,
Her name was Lillian, I believe.
Lillian, who's Carol Kane from Princess Bride, who's amazing.
Yep. And then she also
the Addams
like
family.
through some random happenstance runs into Jane Krakowski,
Oh yeah,
whose name is Jacqueline in the show, and she gets a job like essentially being
So
like
good.
the nanny, sort of.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah,
Basically the nanny for her kid.
yeah. She needs to find a job to apply for this apartment, even though she has thousands of dollars in her backpack from being a mole woman. Which what was that? People like raise money for them.
Yeah, because they just it's a big.
And just gave them cash, apparently.
I
It's a
mean,
news story, and people felt bad for him, so they gave him money.
it's called
sure.
GoFundMe,
Why
Jimmy.
not? Yeah, it's a very reputable crowdfunding source.
But yeah, so yeah, she finds a job, and then essentially like everything's going great. She has an apartment, she has a job, she has a fun roommate. But I mean, Kimmy Schmidt in herself is pretty like fun loving, but like naive kind of girl. And then she goes out with her roommate with her backpack on, which apparently she like brought her backpack with all of her money with her.
Yeah,
Instead of
who
just
knows?
keeping it at home.
Who knows
where
where
it
the
was
night's going
safe?
to take you? You might need 13 grand on you.
Right, yeah.
On your person.
So then she goes out, someone steals her backpack, and then she like gets down in the dumps. And but then like kind of decides at the end to pull it all together, and she's going to stay in New York and kiss a boy is what she said.
Like you do?
Yeah. So, that's that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was funny. You lulled, Joe.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like really not really, but pretty subtle jokes that like I noticed and just really lulled at.
There was definitely things at the beginning of the episode where I was like, oh, well, that didn't go anywhere. So they're obviously going to call that back.
Yeah.
Like when she freed the horse from the carriage, then just like later, a horse just walked by her.
Freed the
Ran
horse
by.
because it was all tied up and she identified with it. She had empathy for the horse.
Yeah.
And then later the horse was wandering through the parking lot when outside of the club where she got robbed.
That did happen.
And it was so stuff like that you have to just really respect Tina Fey for, where it's like this was a throwaway, like this is a scene where then you just toss this into, and you might not remember or realize what's happening, but if you do, like that's really funny.
Yeah. This did feel very 30 Rocky.
So 30 Rock. It
Very.
could have just been a direct spin-off if they would have used some of the same.
Right.
Had it been on NBC, Alec Baldwin could have walked in and out of this show at some point,
Right.
which would have been great. I don't know that he was in it at all,
I hope
or
so.
Tracy,
I
or
kinda-
any of the.
I kind of was like thinking, I was like, oh, are we going to see like Tina Fey like eat a hot dog at some point during like the first episode? Like just
And,
in the
like, spill
background
mustard
or
on
something
her
like
shirt.
that?
Just hanging out.
Yeah. But I didn't see that happen. I don't know if you guys spotted Tina Fey hot dog eater.
Didn't see a Tina cameo or a Liz Lemon cameo for
Tina
that matter.
Well, that'd be fun if they made it like kind of like spiritual successor in a way, and they made it like be in the same world as 30 Rock, but they never really said it because they weren't, obviously legally they're probably not allowed to.
Yeah, sure.
But they just always made like allusions towards the fact that it's like
they're gonna walk by
30
Rockefeller.
Rock.
I mean, they're in New York.
Yeah.
They can use New York things. That's not trademarked.
No, New York is not trademarked,
as far as I know.
Or is it? I filed my patent.
The Sopranos own it. I just wanted to say something about they do a really cool thing, I think, with the beginning of this show where it's like the mole women being uncovered. Like they start and they're in the bunker, they're being uncovered, like a SWAT team rolls in, and then the news vans are there, and then they're interviewing a person from the community who's like, oh man, and they do a whole auto-tune the news thing, which is the theme song, and then
is that actually the theme song going forward?
And then it is the theme song going forward.
I kind of assume it would be the theme song, but I would have never seen a different episode of the show,
right?
So I wouldn't know.
I think there's a different like production value to it, maybe going forward.
I did think, I was like, oh, this is auto-tune the news.
Unbreakable.
It's funny.
Yeah. These girls are strong as hell.
Yeah, we gonna find you.
Yeah.
Homeboy.
Hide what is it?
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah. It's just a straight ripoff, and Auto-Tune the News was probably when it was like really hot.
Yeah. It's a very dated reference.
After a few years of this show, it was not like, wait, what is happening in this theme song? Why does it sound like that? Man, Auto-Tune the News was great.
Thoughts, Joe? I mean, you've seen this show, but
I've seen the first season at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was very funny. I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of lives in the same universe of New York as 30 Rock, but maybe from someone who's not already part of the like showbiz landscape, from just like a normal person perspective, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, it really does feel like this just is like almost running in parallel with 30 Rock the way like it felt. It's I'm trying to like think of like where the show's going, because it's kind of like it's just like kind of a naive Midwestern girl, but also has like that I've been locked away forever.
Yeah,
scenario.
like it just kind of accentuates
It's a double whammy.
Yeah. So it kind of explains away, but she is like kind of like dumb, but like not like, she's dumb, but she's definitely assertive and sticks up for herself.
Yeah.
Like I even got that out of her character already. Like, hey, like if she can catch on to it, she'll like do it. I think she's like righteous. She'll fight for what she thinks is right.
She's unbreakable.
Yeah, she is. She's the one who gets out. So all the other mole women are on like a bus back to Indiana from being on the Today Show with Matt Lauer, and who actually is Matt Lauer, which is pretty fun.
Chuck Lowry.
And then she's like, "Stop the bus! I'm staying here." And she's the one who's like the strong one, and stays.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we had a good. Like a kind of a good notion of just like who Kimmy Schmidt is as a character. I think we have like very little like maybe information on the other three, Titus, Lillian, and Jacqueline. I mean, I think they're all just kind of tropes, so we didn't even need that much of them. Sure. Like Titus is like the like gay black roommate who like is kind of like
trying to make
the world's beating him down a little bit.
Yeah, trying to make it in New York, trying to be a star.
Yeah. Lillian is the old landlord who's like seen it all and is like, go get a girl, whatever.
Some sort of ethnic, like
yeah.
She's always like some sort of Slavic character. I feel like
I could see how we would never see like Jacqueline, like just rich, like hands off mom, and we'll never see her husband but she doesn't work, that kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
just that. But like for Kimmy, it was just like, oh, she's a ditz and dumb, and then like, no, she's strong though, and she'll fight for the stuff. So they did a good job of like expounding on that one character. Unbreakable.
I just remembered. It just dawned on me that Lillian is the Penguin's mom in the show Gotham.
Oh,
which is done. So probably make you guys watch it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's just interesting to give Kimmy that dimension as like a strong character, because if she was just dumb, like I don't think it's a person you'd want to like watch a show about
or like root for.
Yeah, exactly. If she's just dumb and getting taken advantage of, you're just like, why am I watching this show with this dummy?
Yeah, if she's dumb, getting advantage of, or she's just dumb and like somehow like through random happenstances, she's like kind of like succeeding, but just through dumb luck. Like that's not very interesting either. But being dumb and at least like trying to do the right thing, or like trying to stick up for herself, like she might get swindled, but at least you're like, well, she's gonna figure it out though, and she's gonna like get it back.
Yeah, that's interesting. It gives me a little bit of like a Ben Stiller movie vibe, where it's like you're rooting for this person and shit kind of rains down on me. You're like, oh, like I was so frustrated that she like brought all of that cash with her, and then of course it immediately gets stolen, and it's like, it gives me such a Ben Stiller bad vibes.
like Ben Stiller's
horrible stuff happens.
Yeah,
to him
like you just know stuff is gonna happen to him. Yeah,
it's like, but telling like quippy Tina Fey jokes. I actually was thinking like she almost is like a Tina Fey or like a Liz Lemon. Just the same character if she'd been in a bunker. I feel like,
like if Liz Lemon didn't grow up in the world and like learn how the world worked, and like got stuck somewhere for 15 years and became naive to the outside world. That's how like maybe Liz Lemon would have turned out.
Yeah, so it's just Tina Fey.
It's just
as a human
versions of Tina Fey.
Yeah,
cool.
Strong no matter what. Dumb or smart. Strong no matter what.
Strong as hell.
Yeah. Should we do predictions?
Ooh, probably.
I've got some. I feel like my hardest part was I was just like, where the fuck is this show gonna go? Because I feel like it can go anywhere.
Yeah, it's so wide open.
It's so wide open. So I'm gonna do mine. I think Kimmy's secret. Oh, so one thing, she got a Secret Santa gift from that girl, and it was like a map of the world, and 1/4 of the map was like London.
Yeah.
But it's funny. So I think we just see that Secret Santa gift again.
Okay.
I think it comes back for whatever reason.
Yeah, cool.
I think Titus is on TV or Broadway now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I think that's his
moving on up.
Yeah, I think he's a star.
He's starring in a show
in some sense. And I think we see Jacqueline, and she's wearing a mask in this episode.
A mask. Okay.
Yeah. I envisioned I'll accept an actual
okay.
I'll accept an actual like mask, but I also was mostly just kind of thinking
like
of
a
like
spa day mask. Yeah, okay.
But
that makes sense.
But I'll accept a Halloween mask as well. And then I think Kimmy solves a world issue in this episode.
Hunger or something.
Yeah. Climate change, maybe
for the entire world.
God, I think she solves like a world social, like a social issue or something like that.
Okay,
like a big issue. So
figures it out.
Dang, cool.
Because I'm just kind of figure out where this goes, and I just kind of feel like through her dumb luck / perseverance, like she's somehow going to turn into some sort of problem solver.
Cool.
I like it.
I've got Kimmy lives in a high rise. I think it's just a reversal from her living in a bunker underground.
Penthouse?
She lives in the penthouse suite of a high rise.
I think come up.
I have that Titus is directing a show on Broadway. Ooh. I don't think he's starring in it.
I hope he's
directing
and starring
in a one-man show.
I think that somebody eats ice cream. I think we have an ice cream cameo.
I feel like she had like melty ice cream, but it was like mostly like, is that just like her strawberry shake is like melting or something? It's weird.
And then I think there's a Tina Fey cameo.
I thought there would have been one this episode, so I hope there's one.
I think she is in the show.
I hope you get a point because I love
also
Tina Fey.
wrote, that's kind of a bonus, Jonas. I think there's a Tina Fey cameo. Probably not, but it would be great. So then I have Titus is in a role in a musical, but
Okay.
I'm along with the Titus come up prediction. Then
We really believe in Titus.
Lillian dies.
It's dead.
Jesus.
Oh no!
I don't know why I put such a weird pause in that. Oh man, really had a cliffhanger. Then I think in this episode, Jacqueline gets plastic surgery.
Okay.
And
Within
then
the episode,
Maybe she's wearing a mask and it's the face of the other
maybe it
human.
goes wrong. Is there a 30 Rock where she gets she has a plastic surgery go bad?
I feel like, there
lips
is. I don't know.
explode or something. It just seems like that's probably a thing.
Maybe.
And then my last one is Kimmy kisses.
Oh,
She talked a lot about in this episode how she's gonna kiss a boy for the first time.
One
Or
of our
she
goals was
almost-
to kiss a boy.
Yeah. So Kimmy kisses.
I hope Kimmy gets a kiss.
Yeah. Can I just say one last thing? My favorite joke I think in this episode was Lillian is explaining to Kimmy what this like roommate situation will be, and she's explaining to Kimmy Titus, and is like, he's like a little crusty on the outside but soft on the inside, like a French roll but black. And it was like such a throwaway, like just saying it, just like she just kept going with it. But oh man, it's excellent.
I like
Excellent
it.
Delivery.
I don't even think I noticed that.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
so.
what I love about Tina Fey.
Yeah.
You didn't even notice this happening.
I mean, shows like that are good when they do things like that because then they have like replay value.
Yeah.
You rewatch it and you're like, oh, that's a joke I didn't hear
catch
before.
more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast-paced stuff is good like that. Well, let's watch this final episode.
Entitled.
The end.
Kimmy goes back inside.
He
Is that-
goes back.
Wait, is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was
God.
just trying to guess again.
Kimmy gets kisses.
It's called Kimmy Says Bye.
Oh, well, okay. Boring. It's probably a fucking wedding. All
You
right.
know.
I don't know. Let's find out
She
together.
marries
We'll see you
Jason
after
Schwimmer.
the finale of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable.
And we're back from the finale of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable.
We did it.
It's America.
Females remain strong as hell.
Yeah.
It was
Checks out.
pretty funny. You got to write up?
Yeah, I lolled. Kimmy says bye. Kimmy, Titus, and Lillian find themselves homeless after their apartment building has been marked by the city for demolition. Kimmy tries to come up with the money to stop the demolition. Titus must choose between his dream role in The Lion King and winning back Mikey. Lillian plans a final stand against the gentrification of the neighborhood. And Jacqueline gets constantly undermined by Eli until they form an unlikely bond.
You mean kisses?
Oh, yeah.
Eli is the guy who played Siler in Heroes.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, that guy.
He was, like, remarkably funny. I did
Yeah,
not
pretty
expect
hilarious.
him to be funny at all. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
His like back and forth with Jane Krakowski was 100% the funniest part of this episode.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me,
I agree.
like they're like, I don't know. Jacqueline had some sort of business called White Talent.
Yeah, I don't even
Ooh,
know.
like a talent agency.
Well, her last name was White.
yeah. Unfortunate, very clear Tina Fey joke.
Yeah. So
It's the type of thing where, like, a lot of times when you get to a finale and there's, like, a side plot with a minor character and a person we've never seen before, I'm, like, super annoyed by it. But, like, this time I, like, really enjoyed it.
it was just so
Just 'cause
funny.
it was funny,
It
yeah.
was so funny. Because it like even in this episode alone, like we saw that like subplot like grow exponentially.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because like it was Jane Krakowski's character Jacqueline had some sort of I think talent agency called White Talent, and he was obviously like going out of business or something like that. And then Eli what's his name? Quinto. His character was like basically trying to get her to work for him, but the way he was like saying things, it sounded like he was just like trying to like have sex with her.
Yeah.
And then we found out that his character was blind and used echolocation.
Like a dolphin
to figure things out. And then they like
he's just going around clicking. It was like some flash kind of back.
But it was great because like even in the beginning when he had like 2 seasons with her like and didn't do any of that, and then he was like, no, I'm blind, and then it like flashed back to
I'm pretty sure he's in 2 episodes of this.
To earlier in the episode where it was like right before he walked on camera and it was him like clicking.
Yeah, before he walked in the door.
Yeah. Showing what he was doing was just so funny.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10 for that acting.
Yeah.
Right there. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he stole the show.
And then Lillian was the landlord lady, and they were like gentrification. They must have just buying her building to like tear it down to like probably make condos or something like that. Who knows?
Like you do.
And she didn't want to leave because she's been in that building and in New York for forever. So she was trying to blow herself up and die to haunt New York for.
Yeah.
I think I wrote down she's trying to blow herself up to become a ghost who haunts New York. That was her goal.
Become a famous ghost. And then we meet her 2 ex-lovers who are ghosts, and one of them is Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Just holding the bass guitar and wearing a fro.
I love she goes like she sees one ghost and some just like old white dude, and then Kenan comes later and he's like, I'm a ghost too, and she goes and throws the hammer at him, and she goes, oh no, I threw you weren't the white one or something like that.
I
didn't throw it at the white ghost.
Yeah.
That's not great.
And she wasn't afraid of the white ghost, but she was afraid of the black.
Be aware of your biases. I think that's important.
Yeah.
She's like, man, the characters like Kimmy. What's Kimmy Schmidt's name? I already forgot.
Kimmy?
She's excellent. No, her real name.
Ellie Kemper. Yeah.
But yeah, Kemper. But the other like characters in the show really do a great job.
Mm-hmm. She ended up being like the voice of the Metro Rail thing. Or
yeah,
something like that
that was her like epilogues, being the voice of the train.
And then Titus was actually on Broadway as a member of Rafiki in The Lion King. Is that what he was?
Yeah.
Singing the Circle of Life that he sang, that they sang together in Times Square in the very first episode.
And then he apparently got together with one of his like exes that must have been a part of the show. So good for him.
Shit really turned out well for Titus.
Yeah.
He got the guy and got the role.
Yeah, and he was in a movie.
Oh yeah, and then they did like a quick 5 years
He was
later.
in a movie, Sliding Doors 2, Tokyo Doors.
It's excellent.
That's a Tokyo Drift.
Hopefully there's some drifting.
That was funny.
You got to be out of control to be in control.
Yeah. I live my life 1/4 mile at a time.
Oh my god. Oh, and then apparently a big thing that's been happening in this, I would assume throughout at least like this season, is that she wrote this book or a series or something about the Gremulax, which seems like it's maybe like a...
I got Harry Potter vibes for some reason.
Yeah, like a Potter, some sort of fantasy, and then they make, so in the flash forward, they make a theme park, and Lisa Kudrow is her mom.
Apparently, yeah.
I guess.
That's fun.
Yeah, apparently.
So
and
cool.
so yeah, she writes a book, and all these kids write it, and like some little kid at the end was like, "You make me feel good about myself when I read your books."
Mm-hmm. So Kimmy in this, she thinks she's broke. She thinks she's getting kicked out of her home, and then she finds out that, is it Jacqueline's daughter who she keeps coming to?
I just kind of assumed that's who
goes
it was.
To Columbia studying. What's she studying?
Oh, she's doing a major to study what her dream
following
job
your
will be.
dreams or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
she's going to school to her major is
Seems
following
like a
your
big
dreams.
rip on Columbia, which is fun. So her whole class is like reading Kimmy's book, and Kimmy has no idea that she's like this #1
Best-selling
best-selling author.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, because she
Kimmy also
keeps
wins.
thinking that her website's broken to sell her book.
Yeah.
And
There's 503 errors.
yeah.
That was good also.
Yeah.
But it's because like
I've thought
the
about
traffic's so heavy that the website
Keeps
apparently
crashing.
keeps crashing.
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That was fun. I did not see that coming.
No. So, I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Turned out for
I thought it was a
everybody.
good episode. It was funny, Joe, that like that side thing with Eli and Jacqueline
Mhm.
was the funniest part of this episode
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
But Jane
definitely.
Krakowski's like so funny.
Yeah, for sure.
The scene where they were doing like the wall sits.
Yeah. That was like the first scene with them. He's like, where'd your furniture go? And then you find out later that he found that out by echolocation by clicking. But then she's like, oh, I've been pranked by George Clooney, but it's a great like time for a workout. And so they're both doing wall sits. And then he slides his way all the way out the door to not lose
Yeah.
the wall sit game.
And then when he comes back later, he wall sits into the room.
Oh, he did?
Like later on. That's why he said, I guess I win. Because she's sitting
my
on the
gosh.
floor and he comes in wall sitting
I didn't even catch
from
that.
the side. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They do a good job of like connecting things in the show, at least. Where like they do a joke and they make it pay off later. Or they like
Is
make
he
it
just
keep
blind
paying off
Alec Baldwin in this?
for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh.
I'm echolocating where you are right now.
We're all doing wall sits right now. There's no chairs in here.
No, we don't. We usually just do pull-ups while we do. We're all beefy, manly dudes.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, good show. I'm like interested in this because of like how 30 Rocky it feels, like how fast-paced and like how the jokes pay off and keep coming back and stuff like that.
I for sure laughed straight through some jokes that I wanted to ask to rewind, but that's not how this works.
You don't rewind TV.
No.
No.
It's live.
Yeah, this is live TV, Jimmy. Can't just rewind it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. There's only 50 episodes, so.
Yeah.
50.
51 episodes.
Well, we've already
Crashed
seen.
through that.
There's only 49 left then.
Yeah.
All right. What are you guys
Plenty
doing
of time
after
to catch
this?
up.
Not watching 49 episodes of TV.
Okay. Well.
Going directly to sleep, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Unbreakable.
time will tell on whether or not I technically maybe turn it on. Feel like-
I want to watch this based solely on the Venga Boys reference from the newscaster.
Boom, 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 boom.
I want you in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's talking
Spend the night
about
together.
how the building's gonna come down,
Mhm.
and then Lillian runs out and says a bunch of things about New York that makes her actually famous.
Oh yeah.
Like she yells about how Giuliani ruined Times Square, which I'm sure is a reference that people in New York understand. And talked about how SNL hadn't been funny in a long time.
Which is true.
And everyone cheers for her. And then she gets to be the voice of the...
Like that's like a
L
real New
train or
York
whatever.
problem. Like
SNL.
New York is
They really
like
care.
suffering a little bit because like SNL hasn't been great for a while.
Was that lady on SNL?
I'm
I
sure
don't
she's.
think so.
I'm not sure. I don't know if she's been a cast
seems
member,
among
but
that vein, you know?
she seems like someone who could have been a guest host once.
Like a Rita Perlman vibe.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should you do Predicles?
Yeah, why not?
Rickles Predicles?
Who? What?
Hey.
Don Rickles Predicles?
Nice. That was better than the joke I was making. I was trying to do a Rickle pick. Dang it.
Pickle Ricks?
Thank you.
Yeah, you did mess that up.
Predicles Rickles.
Oh, all right. We'll just stick with mine.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do mine. Kimmy's Secret Santa gift is back. I did not see it,
No.
unfortunately. There was a callback, but it wasn't that one.
Hmm.
Titus is on Broadway. Nailed it.
Yeah,
True.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure he's on
Try
Broadway.
to talk your way out of that one, Joe. Tell me he's not on Broadway.
He's very much on Broadway.
Jacqueline is wearing a mask. She didn't wear a mask.
No.
No.
And Kimmy solves a world issue. She
No.
solves the problem of kids not reading. Huh?
She solved children's literacy.
She made that kid not feel bad about himself.
It's not a world
I think
problem,
Harry
though.
Potter did that. So
Fine, whatever. I'll just take the 1 point.
there's a Simpsons quote about that.
But I
Okay,
am-
because I don't think I have any. Because I have Kimmy lives in a high rise. She still lives in the same building.
Kimmy doesn't seem to have a home in this episode.
Yeah. Titus is directing a show on Broadway, and he was not. He was Rafiki.
Not quite.
Ice Cream. I don't remember seeing Ice Cream.
No.
And Tina Fey cameo. No.
Oof.
So 0.
There was like a bunch of people in the crowd, and I was kind of like, oh, am I going to see people? Like, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's Lisa Kudrow. But
Yeah.
then she like talked. So I was like, oh, she's not just in the background.
Because
it would have.
She's just standing in line for the ride.
At the very end of some
Just
Lisa
as
Kudrow
herself.
just standing.
Just as Lisa Kudrow. Okay, my number, I had Titus has a role in a musical. So yeah.
Correct.
Lillian dies.
She really tried to kill herself.
I was trying. Oh man.
She literally was in a building that tried to blow
She was
blow
trying
up.
to blow herself up, and then she complained about how New York doesn't use. There's like complaints about how they don't use the good explosives anymore or
Right.
something. It's like in the 70s I would have died. Then I had Jacqueline gets plastic surgery. Didn't see any of that.
I mean, Jane Krakowski's probably had plastic surgery.
I mean, she's a celeb. That's her right. And then Kimmy kisses. Had some Jacqueline kisses, but no Kimmy kisses.
Nope. 0.
None.
0 Kimmy like romantic interest, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Nothing to
Kind
muck
of
up the weeds.
surprised. Because, even Liz Lemon, you get like some stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff there.
30 Rock was also longer than this show.
Sure. How long was this?
4 seasons.
4 seasons.
Hmm.
51 episodes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You guys watching this show?
I'm tempted. I might. It seems light enough that you could just pop it in and like drop in and out. So
Mm-hmm.
I
It's not a
forgot
commitment.
how funny it was.
Already? You already forgot?
Yeah, I'm like a goldfish.
Oh, poor Jimmy.
No, oh man, it would be a fun show to just how much time we got before we got to leave? Oh, let's pop on a Kimmy,
It definitely seems like a show that if you're like, oh, I gotta go do something. Yeah, it kind of does feel like
I
a
got
show
30 minutes.
I got
All
30
right,
minutes.
Pop
on a Kimmy.
How long is this?
pop it.
Pop on a
Do a
Kimmy.
quick pop.
I mean,
Yeah.
this last episode was 38 minutes, but I feel like the other ones were like 20.
A little shorter.
22,
Yeah,
25.
generally in and around a half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe if I can bring myself to start actually watching Breaking Bad, but then I need like a
Cleanser.
Kimmy Schmidt after.
Yeah, watch it,
before I go to bed.
Watch a Breaking Bad and then watch a Kimmy. And watch a Breaking Bad and watch a Kimmy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need how long is Breaking Bad? I'm gonna need a couple of these.
They're like an hour.
No, I mean, well, okay. Also, yes, but how many seasons?
5.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah,
you're going to have to find something.
but there are
new.
more episodes probably per season.
Yeah, something like 20 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find a second cleanser.
You
I'll check back in.
You'll get
Tune in next week.
Maybe you'll get far enough into Breaking Bad where
Listeners.
you won't even need a cleanser anymore. You'll just want that sweet, sweet drugs.
Get that blue meth. Sky blue.
Maybe I'll just get to the point where I'm just also doing blue meth,
Yeah, that'll be your cleanser.
and that'll yeah.
I mean, we do live in the Midwest.
old
I'm
before
sure you can
bed
find
meth.
meth.
Yeah, not probably far from my home.
It'll probably be an easy thing.
Within
Um,
just blocks of my home.
All right. Well, listeners, let us know if you have any meth that you can sell to Jimmy.
Please don't.
If you want to hit us up with show suggestions, give us some compliments or whatnot, just say hi. You can hit us up at F&L Podcast on the Gmail, on the Twitter. Rate us numerals of from 1 to 5 on stars.
1.5.
I don't know if you can do 1.5.
Check us out on Yelp.
You could give us a Yelp review. And also check us out on rateyourprofessor.com.
Yep.
We're there. We're the
Just your weekly lecture.
just call us Doctor knows
This is all for
your TV show.
education.
Do it. With that, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.